story out of Kenya. They arrested some Belgian kids for stealing ants. Finally, something sneaking into Mexico. This parasite might take a look at Mexico and go, you know what, I could do better. Who gave money so that they could watch the ants?
Welcome to That's What I'm Talking About, the podcast that is coming to you from the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in the land. My name is Freddie Rubino. I am a comedian, biological comedian. Everybody's about biological this and that now. So now I'm a biological comedian, I will refer to myself to. Maybe not for a while. So we go over some of the topics, the headlines that have not made the top news, but are there nonetheless, and we have a little fun with it. Today's first half of the show, we have our guests. These are the guys from These Guys, New York City show that is on all social media. These guys, I was even a guest on it once, and they go around and they eat their way through New York City, and they have a lot of fun with it. If I were you, I would look up These Guys New York City and subscribe to them on YouTube and Facebook, because it is a riot. We have Joe Volpe and Sal Criscuolo. Criscuolo?
Yeah, that works.
As long as it's right on the checks.
Yeah, but I was telling Joe Volpe, I thought it was Chris Cavallo, and he went Gazzungulo, and I said, I don't know what you're talking about. But thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks for having us, Fred.
We're going to have a lot of fun with this. First, though, I always start my show with the Disgraziata of the week.
Nice.
There's a couple of them this week.
This week's Disgraziata is the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, for just coming out and changing the whole food pyramid almost upside down. What they did was they spent the last 60 years hiding the real good foods that could have been nourishing this country and having us not have all of the ills and the bad health we've been having through foods. They put processed poison ahead of nutritional, natural foods. They did it on purpose. They have top nutritional scientists. They have top people who know what nutrition is, and what they did was they took money from Johnson & Johnson, from Nabisco, from General Mills, from all of these companies, and what they did was they took money and they said that these foods were healthy, when in all actuality, they were over-processed poison. And now it's coming out that a lot of people who have these gluten intolerances and all kinds of things that are autoimmune things are from the over-processed foods that we have been poisoned with. I think they should be held accountable. They are just a shill for the big food companies. I don't understand. If you poisoned somebody, you would go to jail for the rest of your life. They collectively poisoned America to the point where there are countries in America that will not import our food because they know it is poison. 50 to 70 years of bamboozling America into the health crisis we have today. And so that's why I'm bringing in these guys who have been eating food almost their whole lives.
Almost since the womb. But Freddie, getting onto that,
since Similac. Wait, go ahead, Joe. Then I'll go. You know me.
you go.
Well, I did a lot of research on this stuff. That's Tito's. You can now have that for lunch, by the way. But anyway, if you back this all up, this all goes back to politics. I don't want to talk politics, obviously.
It's
but if you look at my
profit.
cousins in Italy think I'm rich because I'm fat. I'm not fat, I'm overweight, let's just say.
You're
'Cause they
big
can
bone.
eat-
You're
They can
hustling.
eat all day long. They don't put on any weight. And my wife says because they walk a lot, but they don't. They're on Vespas.
but
You
it-
know, you're absolutely right. I know a lot of people who went to Italy and they said, you know what? Before I went to Italy, he says, I'm on like a diet. I only eat one real meal a day and they still gain weight. The guy says I ate 5 meals a day in Italy and I didn't gain any weight.
And a siesta in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know why? Because they don't have the poisons in all of their food. They don't have the shit that's pumped into it. Joe, Joe, have you ever gone to Italy?
No, never. Not yet.
Not
I
until-
want to do a Mediterranean cruise within the next year or two, but haven't visited the motherland yet.
Right. And so you see what we're saying here with these poisons. And
Oh,
this is
absolutely. But you know what it comes down to? It comes down to profit. If they don't create the health crisis, they can't sell you the hope for a cure.
see, it's all interlocked. I agree
Hold
with
on, I
you.
gotta take my
believe that the FDA got money from the drug companies.
Oh, absolutely. There's all kinds of under the table shady shit that goes on.
I
They're
agree
only uncovering the tip of
100%.
the iceberg here.
Honestly, if we were to do this, like you said, we would go to jail. If we would do insider trading like Nancy Pelosi,
Oh,
which is it's a fact, we'd
it's
all be in jail.
selective.
I can roll down the whole list. If Joe, I heard Joe Volpe
We only
might have
got a
been on
half
Epstein
hour.
Island.
We only got
I
a
heard
half
Joe
hour. We
might
could
have
be
been
here
on
for 2
Epstein
days.
Island, but we would have had the list if Joe was there.
If Joe was here, we'd have a grocery list. Never
Grocery
mind.
list.
Now, you know what? You guys go to a lot of Italian restaurants all over. I went with one with you. Max Eskin's was fantastic.
Yes.
And it used to be, you believed, because we were, I don't know about anybody else, but we were raised in Italian households. And we said, oh, you know, you cook at home, you eat at home. And it was looked at unhealthy to go out to eat all the time. But now we actually know that if you are home making all this processed macaroni and cheese shit, even the pasta that you buy, if you're trying to eat right, even the frozen vegetables, they have all of this shit in them. So now it's almost actually healthier to go out to a nice Italian restaurant and have a little chicken cutlet parmesan, 4 of them, and eat, because it's we now know that it's better for us to eat at a restaurant than processed foods from the supermarket.
Listen, I'm here for a good time. I'm not here for a long time. I'm gonna eat what I'm gonna eat, and it's, I'm gonna die fat
If you look
bastard.
at, I went through all my stuff. I looked at all the food I had because I wanted to see something. Every single thing that we eat says bioengineered. Bioengineered, which means we are not eating anything that's real on its own, anything that God made. God made everything that he made for a reason. We're supposed to eat we're supposed to eat meat, but we're also supposed to eat nuts, berries, all of that good stuff. And we're also supposed to forage for all of that stuff. Like, that's how our bodies were engineered from birth, basically. We've turned ourselves into consumption machines, and we hold on to that fat. And then we buy Ozempic to get rid of that fat. And then we buy more food that makes us fat and that makes us eat more. Our sugar levels, diabetes. My friend lost his foot 2 weeks ago. I got a phone call.
He
goes,
probably
"I
owed
lost my
somebody
foot."
money. That's what it was.
Yeah. Well, no, that was the other foot. Now he's got no feet.
He lost his thumbs to the bookie.
You know what? Knowing this guy, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe that is what happened.
But you know what, Sal? When you say things like that, if you do eat real food, it wouldn't be a problem. You could overconsume. If like when I was growing up, we had vegetables, we had salad with everything, and things were homemade. And you never, there was one fat kid in the whole neighborhood. Now every kid is fat. I'm not just talking about Joe. I'm talking about everybody. So
I resemble that.
I resemble that. You do resemble that.
I do resemble that.
Back in the old days, your grandmother was making pasta. She took some flour, she put an egg in
made
it,
the
a little water,
meat in it,
and the pasta was done. Now you go, even Ronzoni has a list. It's a list this long. I'm like, I can't even. By the time I finish reading it, I'm still hungry now. I'm hungry again. I'm calling out for something.
How do you trust anything with the government nowadays? With this shit, I'm told not to believe what I'm seeing. So nothing surprises me.
Nothing surprises me either with what's going on. And like we said, it's the most important thing is what you eat in trying to be a healthy human being. And now the most frightening thing is that we have a guy, a Kennedy, who's usually a drunken bum. He's even saying, we're going to go back on track. We're going to find out what's good and what's bad, and we're going to push the good. And people are fighting him.
100%. They could do because of which side of the aisle he's on.
And he's not getting paid off.
They could cure cancer, and they'd still have a problem with it.
How much time we got left, guys? We're going to commercial. We'll be back right after this with these guys, New York City.
Have you noticed your money just doesn't stretch like it used to? Your paycheck feels lighter, and your savings aren't growing. The culprits? Inflation and increased money supply. They've both been quietly eating away at your purchasing power for years. Today, the dollar's value has dropped significantly. You feel it every time you spend money on goods and services. Back in 1965, $1 or an ounce of silver could buy you a gallon of milk. Fast forward to today. That same dollar barely buys a couple of coffee creamers, while an ounce of silver would get you 8 gallons of milk. Gold and silver have held their value for centuries. If you had 2,500 ounces of silver back in 1965, you could buy a brand new Ford Mustang. Today, 2,500 ounces of silver would buy you 2 Mustangs. Similarly, in the year 2000, 628 ounces of gold would buy a new $170,000 home. Today, 628 ounces would buy you a $2,500,000 home. The problem? 95% of Americans don't own physical gold or silver. They think it's too complicated and too expensive, but it doesn't have to be. We offer a membership program that allows you to buy gold or silver with as little as $1. You can buy fractional amounts, safely vault them, or have them delivered to your doorstep, and you can liquidate them whenever you want at the highest buyback price in the industry. Ready to protect your wealth and keep your purchasing power? Scan the QR code or go to tafw.soundmoney.com to learn more.
If the vote count is accurate, then how come the number of voters is different? And if it's not accurate, then why was it certified? We are suing Letitia James and the New York State Board of Elections for a conspiracy against fundamental rights. This is not about who won. It's not about what party. It's about the fact that they don't care about your righs.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
It's me, Joe the Box, and I'm John the Blanket with the America First Podcast. That's what I'm talking about, the Fred Rubino Podcast.
I'm James Justice. We got Stephen Ruth over here. What are we doing, Steve? Fighting!
Welcome to the Patriots Podcast. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse.
Welcome to Liberty's Cage, the podcast tearing down the walls of America's broken justice system.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Downey Jr. Podcast. Be free, stay free.
We are back with That's What I'm Talking About, the podcast from America First, the Freedom of Speech podcast. And we're back with these guys, New York City. We're talking about the FDA being scumbags for poisoning us all these years. You know what? Everybody's got an excuse. Oh, I don't have time to cook. I don't have time. I had a cooking show for 10 years on Facebook. I'm going to start it up again very soon. 20-minute meals, 20-minute chicken parm, everything, every kind of pasta dish, every Italian dish. I cut it down to about 20 minutes. Who doesn't have 20 minutes? Guys.
Yeah,
Exactly. We got 20 minutes, definitely. You can make a great meal in 20 minutes.
Absolutely. You can make a lot of great meals in 20 minutes.
And now everybody, they need everything. Oh, I would cook that, but I don't have a pot big enough. I don't have a frying pan. The other day, I was in Walmart, and there was a machine that you could buy to make hard-boiled eggs.
How lazy you got to be? Like, is that where you go with this? Like, fuck out of here.
It's a fucking pot. Boil a pot of water. It was a special machine. You put 10 eggs in. I don't know. I don't know who's got to make 10 hard-boiled eggs. What is this, Cool Hand Luke? Who the fuck buys these things? But everybody needs all these special gadgets. It's bullshit. Just make a frying pan and a pot, and you can live.
That's it.
You can live to 90.
And an espresso maker. Don't forget the coffee machine.
I gotta have coffee. What am I, an animal? Let me tell you something. One time there was a blackout. I was like 8 years old, and my grandmother, she lit the St. Anthony candle. You know, the big candle. She made
use the stock as a filter.
She cooked on the St. Anthony candle.
Yeah.
She made a 3-course meal off a St. Anthony candle this big. But now everybody needs to go to Williams-Sonoma and buy $2,000 worth of shit to fry an egg.
I made grilled cheese sandwiches with my mother's iron, so I can't say nothing. It was very easy. It took me less than 20 minutes, Fred. Less than 20 minutes.
Less than 20.
Yep. I think I put a little prosciutto in the middle, too, to make up for it a little.
Right. And you know what? That's why I do these shows when I do them, to try and show people, number one, to further Italian culture, that, you know, you're Italian, you should be able to make a simple plate of spaghetti. Somebody comes over, everybody's gone. You killed your whole family. Let's say you killed your whole family. The Jets lost. You went on a rampage. But you got people coming over. No one to cook but you. You should be able to make something for those people. Sal, what could you make?
A mess. No, I can make. I used to be able to make toast and ice cubes, but I lost the recipe for both. Honestly, I could take tomato sauce. I could take fresh tomatoes, slice up fresh tomatoes. I could puree them with a fork. I can make pasta very, very, very easy. I mean, I make Italian bow tie cookies. My mother used to take her 3 hours to make Italian bow tie cookies. With the machines we have now, it takes me 2 minutes. I put it in the mixer, mix it all up, run it through the roller, the pasta roller. There's my bow tie cookies. Simple.
And it's a simple. I've done that on my show when the tomatoes were in season. I don't use like the Roma. I use regular because they're sweeter. And I just chopped up 4 tomatoes, put them in a frying pan, cooked it for 20 minutes, and then threw the pasta in. It was delicious.
Yeah, fresh.
Joe, the FBI's on his way. What are you going to make for 4 FBI agents when they come over? What could you make?
Sal can tell you. I have videos out there. I'm pretty good in the kitchen.
Beautiful.
I can a little bit of everything. I'm good with a little bit of everything. I wanted to actually be a chef, but I wanted the home life. So
you're going to feed the
I decided to go out with Sal
and
eat
FBI? You're going to feed the FBI?
I blew past that.
Oh, okay.
I ignored that. If you ignore it, it didn't happen. Isn't that how it is? If you ignore stuff, it didn't happen?
Yes.
That's how it is nowadays in this world.
But let me ask you something. Yeah, some people come over. They come over, they taste Joe's cooking. What do they leave and say? Let me tell you, you go to Joe's house, tell him to cook you this. What's that thing that you kill it?
Chicken franchise.
Nice.
My franchise is on point.
It's right on point.
It's on point.
Sal, have you ever had it?
I haven't had it. No, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't had it.
That's
But I'll
because he
take his
doesn't
word
like
for it.
you.
No, he like, yeah, maybe. It's possible.
Sal and his wife
Every
have
time
an
he
open
invites-
invite anytime.
Tom invites me over. He wants to give me prosciutto balls. I don't know.
But you keep trying to sell me a mortgage, so I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you know, it's my day job.
I think when you come over Joe's house, he tells his family, hurry up and eat the rest of the chicken franchise. I'll make Sal some other shit.
He's saving it for the FBI.
I tell you, we enjoy what we do. We enjoy bringing light to new places, places a little out of the way that people may not have passed or may not have known about. And we give an honest opinion. I'm not going to tell you something's good and then you go there, you don't like it, and then I look like an idiot. So the next time you see me, what credibility do I have?
I agree. And I got to say that when I watch your shows, our culture is, I would say 50% of our culture revolves around food. Now, there's all different things associated with food. There's family, there's connecting with people in your family. There's enjoying a meal together. So there's a lot of family-oriented things that revolve around food. And that's why I love your show, because you highlight a lot of great places to eat. And it's a simple pleasure in life. God gave us food to enjoy, not to poison us.
Yeah.
Like when we used to go all the time to the bakery, the Italian bakery, and we would get a loaf of Italian bread for the day. That bread was stale by nighttime because there were no preservatives in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you go to like Wallbounds or whatever there is, Key Food. You buy it looks like Italian bread, like it was, but it was commercial. You'll leave it out for a year and it's still good.
It's like that McDonald's cheeseburger that hasn't aged.
Yeah. Bread that doesn't go bad is so dangerous for you.
Yeah. 100%.
And I'm guilty because I just had a sandwich
And you
on
say it.
yesterday's Costco bread.
Joe, you never
It
have
was just
to
as
tell
good as I
us
bought it
that you
yesterday,
just-
though.
Joe, you never have to tell us that you just had a sandwich. We take that for granted.
I keep one in my pocket sometimes.
You got a little schmutz over there.
Yeah, that's not great. That's
You know what?
mayonnaise.
My grandmother used to call day-old bread?
No.
Breadcrumbs.
Right.
Because that was it. That's how we made our breadcrumbs. That's it.
When I was growing up, we had a thing that bolted to the table. It was like a meat grinder.
Yeah, a mill, like.
Right? So
Yeah.
whenever they would buy steaks or roast beef and they trimmed it, it went in there. That was our chop meat. We had one that made breadcrumbs. You saved it, you put it in, you made breadcrumbs. We had all these little devices that helped us eat fresh foods. Now it's not like that anymore. Now it's everything is a microwave or thrown in. The most important thing, if you want good health, is to not hang out with you guys and to eat fresh foods.
But you got to have a cheat meal every once in a while. That's where we come in.
You have to have a cheat. Yeah, but I noticed when you guys go out, you go out and eat, and it's a good restaurant, and you know that they just pounded the chicken cutlet.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the ingredients are actually fresh at these places. That's why you guys like it so much.
That's the only reason we do it.
Yeah, if they put that stuff in front of you and you taste it, you're like, egats.
We bring you the best of the best.
I'm not going to mention any places, but we've gone to places and we've had the best meal of our lives. Then we've gone back a week later. It was totally different.
Yeah.
Wow.
Both of us
So-
did. Both of us did a week or so
so we
later.
we gotta do those surprise visits. We do those surprise visits. Joe hasn't been to Italy, but he's been to Little Italy for plenty of trips.
Nice. You know what? I'm a firm believer that Italian Americans have made Italian food better.
Absolutely. We kind of invented the game.
I think you're right. I think we've done it. I think we've turned peasant dishes that came from Italy with great, the markets here have everything, and we've made dishes better, and we always use fresh stuff here. So I believe Italian American cuisine is even better than traditional Italian cuisine. What do you think?
I
would
agree.
I would agree with you, but I just got a text from Palermo, Sicily, and there's $20,000 for anyone that could give Fred Rubino's finger and mail it out to Palermo. So be careful what you're saying here.
Listen, after the Super Bowl, I might mail them my own finger. Guys, we got 35 seconds left. Sal, you first. How could we get in touch with you guys and see what you do?
Well, just check us out on YouTube. We're at These Guys NYC. That's YouTube, These Guys NYC. You can also check me out, Sal Criscuolo, on Facebook, Instagram. We're on every platform. Just put These Guys in, Sal Criscuolo, Joe Volpe, and we'll come up. You could just Google us. I tell people, just Google the names.
Joe, 5 seconds.
I got
Thank
it
you guys.
on Facebook. My wife's page, Food 411, Cooking with the Volpes. And stay tuned to see what we're going to be doing with Fred next. We got exciting shit coming up.
Fantastic. We'll be back after this.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just two entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW. Making travel great again.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
I'm sure you guys remember the platinum single Justice for All with Donald Trump and the J6 Prison Choir. Well, get ready for round 2. We're coming out with Anthem of the Free with High Res and the J6 Prison Choir. It's coming out now. It's pre-sale until December 19th when it drops. Get yours on all platforms, Google Play, Apple iTunes. Get it. It's going to be hot.
Justice for all voices ring. The anthem of the free.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see. A symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. The America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
we are back with That's What
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
Talking About, the podcast that goes over top stories of the week that maybe you didn't see. We have another guest. His name is Richard Schultes from the Kensington?
Kingston. First capital of
Kingston,
New
New
York
York. I don't know how I get that mixed up because Kingston is such a metropolis,
All right, it at least exists. I don't think there is a Kensington.
So what?
I think you made that up.
I did make it up. I make up a lot of things, Rich. But this is Richie Schultes, a great comedian. Look him up on Facebook and social media. Richie, we're going to dive right into this big story of the week. It's at a People magazine. A party mom is on trial for orchestrating drunk teen sex. Now, she orchestrated it. It sounds like she's musical.
Yeah, but I don't know, when are you going to get to the crime that she's on trial for? It seems...
Now, this is what she did. Her name is Shannon O'Connor, 51 years old.
Sounds like your typical drunken teenage sex party orchestrator.
She's an orchestrator.
Yeah.
Now, you're like a half orchestrator on your mother's side, right?
Right, and half a fag.
Yeah, and half a fag. Okay, Shannon O'Connor, 51. It occurred during the COVID-19 shutdown.
Hey, you know, what happens during a pandemic stays in the pandemic. You know what I mean?
You're a 15-year-old kid. You get a call saying, hey, I know you've been locked up for a while. It's COVID. You want to come to a booze-filled party with drunken girls? What are you going to say, no?
Yeah. You know what I call that? A Wednesday.
13 to 16-year-olds attended her parties. Wait for it, California. Wait for it. At her $4 million mansion in Los Gatos, California. Los Gatos means the cat?
I would think it would be, yeah. The cat. The male cat, apparently.
Los Gatos. Now, you performed at a club named Los Gatos. Is that correct? Are you headlining there this week? Is that?
I haven't, but I'm going to open one up downtown here. It's going to be called that.
Only 13 to 16-year-olds are allowed.
Only allowed.
Okay, so
hey, you know what it's like, Freddie? It was like when we were kids and they had teen night at the discotheque. You remember, like a club would be real hot, then it would start losing its audience. So then they'd have ladies' night, then they'd have teen night, and then you knew when it was completely dead, when they had karaoke.
Yes.
Yeah, it was on its way out.
So 13 to 16-year-olds, including her son, and you got to include your son.
Well, hey, listen, it's not, if she thought it was good enough for others, it's good enough for her kid. So far, I don't see.
It would be creepy without your son.
Right. And so far, I don't see the crime. I wish you would get to the crime that she's being prosecuted for.
So the kids she provided alcohol. Now, what's good about this is her husband. People have said that she said, as soon as my husband leaves, I'll tell you where the alcohol is. Don't break anything or do anything stupid. So the husband's off the hook.
And you know what? So far, she's training the kids.
So far?
If you're going to drink,
she's responsible.
Right. If you're going to drink, don't break shit or steal.
Right. And so the kids got drunk. And then what happens is, you know how the boys start to get frisky with the girls. And some of the girls came forward and said that they were abused after they got drunk and they couldn't defend themselves. Much like your house last weekend.
Much about my house right now. I got some people in the... That's why I got the hat on, so I can pull over my head when I go in the other room so they can't identify
now my thing is, okay,
But what did she get charged with, Fred? And all seriously, what was the actual charge?
Orchestrating drunk teen sex abuse.
I don't think that's an actual crime. I think it's.
I think it's a club.
Yes.
I knew you wouldn't think that's a crime.
I think it's
tells me you didn't think that's a crime.
Isn't that a song from the 80s? Isn't that a band from the 80s? Didn't they do Pretty in Pink?
So what she did was, all right, so she had the party, and then she had, she left. Hey, this is where the alcohol is. Don't do anything stupid. I know that you provided the liquor for them, but the kids are still responsible.
Well, I think that's the problem, is that they're 13 to 16, so they consider them not responsible. So that's why the orchestrator, who's not a very good orchestrator, because she sounds like more of a facilitator. She kind of set it up and then left.
Now I'll be headlining facilitators in Kensington, New York.
And that's right. Make sure you get your tickets. If you can find it, it's free. Kensington. Fuck.
So yeah, they're making this huge deal out of it. Now, this happened in 2021. She's going to trial now, and girls are coming forward now. Mm-hmm. It seems like it's like a bandwagon thing. First of all, aren't you responsible as the parent to say to your daughter, you can't go to that party during COVID at that mansion? Don't you say, hey, you can't go? Aren't the parents of these daughters a little bit?
Absolutely not, Freddie. I'll tell you why.
Why? Why, Richie? Why?
Those kids were probably liberals. They told their parents that they were going to a BLM demonstration. And as you know, back then, liberals were allowed to congregate as long as they were at a demonstration.
Not orchestrate, though.
Well, you can't org. That's where you missed. That's where you got it. See, you got your legalese together now. You're orchestrating and congregating, two completely different things.
And masturbating.
And masturbating during COVID, perfectly legal to do it in public.
Is it? Yes.
Yeah, in California.
In California, yeah.
And in the hallway of my apartment house.
And Los Gatos.
And Los Gatos, California.
I don't think it's the crime of the century. No, now, when I was a kid, you would be outside and you couldn't buy beer. Maybe you would tell that cool adult, hey, could you buy us a beer?
Well, see, we were better than that, Freddie. We weren't deceitful like that. We would go into the store and steal it. Like non-orchestrators would do. We'd go in, somebody would go get us, order a slushie or something like that. Tell them it's the wrong flavor. Or the guy had his back turned, messing with the slushie machine. We'd steal whatever. Sometimes we steal the beer bowl. That was the one, the best hit when you got the beer bowl. You remember the beer bowl?
I remember the beer bowl. That was a beautiful thing.
That's right. Then we'd go home to somebody's house whose parents weren't there, or a garage or something. And we tried to get girls drunk.
Right.
But we couldn't get girls to come over. So we would just sit there by ourselves to get drunk.
Anal sex with men.
We actually did. We just talked about how cool it would be if we had girls drinking Matt's beer.
Hey, you know what would be cool? If we had girls here.
Yeah, girls here drinking this Matt's beer. You know where we should go? We never thought of it. We should have went to Los Gatos.
Los Gatos.
Yeah. But we missed out. Yeah, it was different.
When I was a kid, if you couldn't have beer, if you were like 16 or 17, the guy would go in and you would see like a younger, hipper guy, or one of the friends in the neighborhood. You go, hey man, could you buy us a 6-pack? And the guy would go, all right, I'll meet you around the corner, and then he would rape us, but it still was worth it.
Hey, you gotta pay one way or another. And back then, it wasn't really called rape. It was called. You know what it was called? Orchestration.
Orchestration.
That's right.
At the Gatos.
That's right.
Now, do you think the husband comes home and doesn't realize that there were 40 kids in his house drinking and doing crazy things? He has to know, right?
I had a sneaky suspicion that guy never left. He was in another room looking through a peephole.
He was
There's a lot more-
orchestrating. He was masturbating the orchestration.
That's right. I'm going to tell you, little Freddie, you're missing a lot. And this is why you need a guy like me on the show.
I wondered why.
Yeah, I'm the guy who actually, I'm the only one who's available. I was the only one available, and you were scrambling around at 11 o'clock going, hey, you want to be on my podcast? I didn't even know what podcast it was. But that being said, I'm the type of guy who will dive in and find what other people see. People are just looking for what's going on the surface.
You scratch the surface.
So no, people will just scratch the surface. I get in there to find out what's going on. There's a lot more to this story than you know. And I'm going to tell you something. There's probably some local police or other authoritative people involved with this. And I see this girl as being a scapegoat, for lack of a scapegoat.
You know, for someone who has absolutely no knowledge of this story, all of a sudden you have these facts flying around.
That's what I do.
That's what I do.
And then I'm going to put it on Facebook and let people fight about it.
Now, I thought all your scratching was due to your herpes outbreak, but now I know it's just investigative reporting.
That's right. It's like that herpes is like I never even had it.
It's
a couple outbreaks in the 90s and nothing since. Hey.
Herpes is nothing anymore. Once AIDS came in, herpes was like, big deal, you got herpes.
That's nothing either now.
AIDS is nothing?
Nothing. No, they got the one drug that you can take to prevent getting it. So if you take it, there's a commercial for it. If you take it, your chances of getting AIDS are almost zero. Now, what I use.
Hold on 1 second. How much time do we have? We gotta go. Richie will be back in 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
You've worked hard and saved, but inflation and increased money supply are eroding your buying power. Protect and grow your wealth with physical gold and silver. Sound Money. With a Sound Money wallet, your wealth stays in your control. Buy fractionally, vault securely, ship directly, and instantly liquidate your gold and silver at the highest buyback price in the industry. Real money, real ownership. Visit tafwsoundmoney.info or scan the QR code and start securing your financial future today.
The America First Ultra MAGA store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA store.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
Corporate transfer. Fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
We are back with Richie Schultes on
Where am I
That's What
from?
I'm talking about.
Where am I from?
We have comedians and guests every week, so tune in to see who's on next week. We have Richie Schultes. Richie, we have the last segment here, a
Hold on a
creepy
second.
story.
Wait, you forgot to say where I'm from.
You are from the Kensington townhouses in Westchester County.
Not even close, but go ahead.
We have a creepy story.
Wait a minute. When you say creepy story, you mean less creepy than an adult orchestrating teenage drunken sex parties?
That's not creepy. That's a party.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right.
We have a story here. Over 100 skeletons allegedly found in a Pennsylvania man's basement.
There's
Now,
more than that. There's more than that in my closet right now.
How could they say allegedly if they went in the basement and found 100 skeletons? How is it allegedly?
I think the people reporting it is saying it's alleged because they didn't see it themselves, which is
No,
I
it's
respect that.
this is on the Associated Press, which means it's in every news outlet in the United States.
Okay.
For some reason, when they were called to his basement and found 100 skeletons, the Associated Press said, how many skeletons did you find? 100. Okay, allegedly 100.
Okay. There's two things that could have happened here.
One,
they couldn't get the count correctly because the bones got intermingled.
I
thought you were going to
heard
count
you
me
were
down.
playing Intermingled tonight at the Kensington Manor.
I was. Okay, you know what the second one could have been? It was Hunter Biden's basement.
Basin?
Basement.
Oh,
too.
basement.
Yeah, basement.
He smoked a lot of bones. First of all, if you look now, this was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which
sure?
is Amish. But the person wasn't Amish.
Well, not everybody in Lancaster is Amish.
That's
There's
true.
a lot of Amish there.
But you know what? The Amish keep their mouth shut. That's what I
right.
like about them.
Hey, you know what? You know what the Amish call when they go into somebody's basement and find 100 skeletons?
No.
Tuesday.
They keep their mouth shut.
That's
and
right.
they say, the guy's robbing graves? What do you want from me?
Or he's making a living storing bodies.
I don't know what he's doing, but it's creepy. Now they say, first of all, they said that this guy is selling them on the black market. So it's a
Now,
racial
when you
thing.
say black market, they're selling skeletons to black people?
No, on the
Exclusively.
black market, probably in Harlem.
Oh, I got you. I know exactly what you're talking about. You know, on Canal Street, where the Africans are selling the fake purses and stuff like that.
Maybe
That's
that's it.
probably who's moving them.
So there is a market out there that people are looking online and going, where do I buy human remains?
Allegedly.
Now, 100, that's a big basement.
Well, I don't know, Fred, because think about this. If they're,
I've been in clubs that couldn't hold 100 people.
yeah, but they had full organs and body tissue and that type of thing. These were
Not
just
all of
skeletons.
them.
You got a point there. They're just stacking real close, stacking.
It was just a 2-drink minimum, Rich. No organs required.
Hey, here's why it's alleged. Because the guy who found them looked down there, seen them all, and went, fuck that. I ain't counting them. I'm guessing 100 at least.
You know you're on the bottom of the police fucking ladder when you're the guy who has to go count the skeletons.
You know, the guy's going, oh, this is bullshit, man. I didn't get on the force for this.
And you know how you know? He's the kind of guy who went, how many? 100.
Yes.
Not 101, not 98. I think he's full of shit.
No, the first guy who went down, he was a veteran. He's probably been on the job for about 40 years. Somebody called, said there was a weird smell or something going on. He stuck his head and went, man, I don't see, but I don't have my glasses on, man. Go check that out.
He's a grave robber. That's another victimless crime.
Is it? Is that what it was? Was he a grave robber?
He was a grave robber because he saw that people were looking to buy skulls and femurs and things like that.
Well,
and
yeah, it's hard to get a good femur.
it's hard to get it. You know, more than anyone, you know.
Listen, I could get you like I can get you a toe, a pinky toe bone, maybe a hand, a couple of hand bones, but you asking femur, you got to know where to go for a femur.
Now, this guy didn't just say, okay, like write it down. Okay, what do you want? Neck bone, a femur, and a rotator cuff, and go and dig the person up and just take that. He's taking the whole skeleton.
Well, no. When they were putting in an order, the guy goes, yeah, I need this. Are you gonna? He goes, no, hey, don't worry, I got it.
You think he was like the infomercial guy, Vince? Mike, could you stop her? You think he was like the infomercial guy, Vince? Like, if you order now, I'll throw in all the bones, all the ribs.
No, you know what he's more like? You ever drive past, and they have them in Pennsylvania. It's actually big out there. Those pick and pull car places where they just bring the whole car in, and you go in and you say, hey, man, I need a starter from a 1984 Malibu. And they go, in the back there. That's what this place
I need the trachea from a 92-year-old woman.
They're going, hey, I got hey, come on and look around.
I think it's a victimless crime.
Well, I mean, I think the people who paid $3,000 to bury him might think differently. But hey, Fred, you know what that goes to show you? Not to interrupt you. You know what that goes to show you?
No, what does it go to show you?
Crazy it is that these people pay all this money to have a funeral, a wake, the casket, put them in the ground, because and in the end, all that's left is bones.
Yes, and to be sold.
I'd agree with you. Yeah, to be sold. You know what he's doing? He's making room for golf courses.
I like this guy.
I
gotta be honest with you. I get a call from the cops saying, "Hey, they dug up your uncle and his bones are gone." Too bad. I ain't taking him back. I ain't reburying him. What are you calling me for?
I didn't like the guy when he was alive. Hey, you know what should have happened? This dude and the chick who orchestrated the teenage sex parties should have got together. Those girls wouldn't be saying a fucking word now.
Yeah.
Not a word.
They want fun. Now I'm thinking Zillow. He puts his house up for sale. Zillow says big basement holds 100.
Allegedly.
Victimless crime.
Yeah, I think so. But hey, listen, it's on the books. You can't do it.
We're gonna stay on topic. We have another story out of
Kensington,
Ecuador.
That's right next to where I used to live in Kensington.
Right. Human heads displayed at an Ecuador tourist beach was a warning to gangs. 5 human heads were found hung on a display at a tourist beach. It's a popular whale watching destination, and the message was a threat to the gangs that were extorting money from the people who were, entertaining the tourists. So now we have human heads on an Ecuador beach.
Well, let me say this. From what I heard, it was alleged.
You are an investigator. You have to come back on this show more often.
I can look at
because you're all about the facts.
That's right. It was allegedly 5. Could have actually been as little as 4, and could have been up to
Maybe
100.
they bought the heads from the guy.
That's where he gets his heads after they stay up there for a while. Because
Now-
here's the other question,
Go
Fred.
ahead.
If they're hanging up the heads, what are they doing with the rest of the skeleton?
Don't ask me.
I know where they're going. Someone's basement.
El Gatos.
That's right.
Now,
They're in the basement.
Now, this is a whale watching destination, and they are shaking down the people who are entertaining the tourists. My first suspect are the whale watching captain, of course.
No, the guys who are entertaining. You're talking about like they do down in Key West, right? Just before the sunset, those guys come out and they entertain the tourists that are waiting around.
Those are called gay bars, Richie. We're not
Yeah.
talking about that now.
But they are entertaining. I think it's this thing, the juggler, the magician, the cat that walks across the high wire. I think what they're saying is
and the heads and the Ecuadorian heads.
yeah, that's
So
what
this is their mindset.
okay.
We want tourists to come back to this beach to whale watch, but there's gangs. I got an idea. Let's hang their heads on the beach to draw them back as a safe place.
Well, I'll be honest with you. That's the kind of place I'd go back to because I ain't in a gang.
I'm saying anywhere you know that there's free heads, you're going.
Oh yeah. Free heads, head, singular. I don't care.
Anytime you mentioned head, Richie Schultes is on his way.
Because I'd be walking around there going, this is great. I had such a good time down there. And everyone would be going, oh, you did the whale watching, right? I went, oh, no. I went for the human heads. What, those whales?
We are done with this podcast. Richie Schultes will be back with us maybe in 2 weeks. That's what I'm talking about.
More
Look
likely
Richie
never.
Schultes up on Instagram and Facebook.
I don't do TikToks, copy.